Hi everyone! Today we'll be designing a fictional character based on mythology. The character I will be taking inspiration from is none other than Krampus. If you haven't heard of Krampus, don't worry, I'll be telling you all about him during the video. The main focus in this video is how to make a fictional character, but we will also discuss watercolor paper and how to wet it. There's a lot to unwrap, so let's dive right in. According to stories, this character is a half-goat with horns, often described as demon or devil. He has dark fur, a long serpent's tongue, a whip made of birch, and a basket on his back to put disobedient small humans into. Figuring out the clothes of the creature was a struggle. I could simply stick to the popular stories and cover him in fur, but I did not like that idea for my dude. I wanted to give him a sense of mystery. I will take some elements from the stories, but not all. I don't like the tongue in the basket, so those don't get to play. I do like the birch, especially when diving a little deeper into the lore. According to some, Krampus did not have a whip in hand, but a staff of some kind, made of birch. That staff was thought to be important in pre-Christian rituals. This entire video started with a live stream. If you want to see how I came up with my ideas in real time, go check out the live stream. Here you can see me try to get a sense of what the head looks like. The idea of a furry goat head did not spark inspiration, so I tried for a skull instead during the live stream. That idea sparked a whole lot of inspiration. When it comes to finding ideas for what to draw, I tend to stick to what makes me feel happy. If an idea does not work out, at least it was fun to play around with. When I had an idea of the character's looks, it was time to compose a scene. At this point, I was unsure if I wanted a scary close-up portrait or a mysterious, shrouded in clouds type of vibe. For me, the best way to figure out that is by simply sketching things out. Monsters have been part of our existence since the beginning of time. Krampus was one of them. It is said that Krampus joined St. Nicholas as a punisher of bad behavior. This happened on the 5th of December, on the night that was called St. Nicholas Eve. A tip for making these little scenes is using a darker pencil like a 4B or darker and focusing only on the broad shapes of your idea. You don't have to spend time on details just yet. Again, I picked the option that made me feel most happy and enthusiastic. That was the scene on the right, where our dude is hidden in the woods with his staff in hand, vaguely looking at you. When I figured out what I wanted, I transferred my sketch onto watercolor paper, ready to paint. So I am wondering if it's best to paint on fine paper or rough. I have geez, this is rough paper that has a little bit of a texture to it. And fine paper is something I've used before. That's the paper I used on the, like, you know, my previous video, my skull painting, that was fine paper. And yeah, I don't know if I should be going for fine or rough paper, but I wonder if rough paper is better for more spooky vibes. I've read that fine paper is better for details and rough paper is a little bit better for landscapes. But the opinions are so divided, and I have sort of decided to just try it on rough paper. And if it fails, I'll show you why and how things fail, and then I'll paint on fine paper. But I want to share with you what I found on the internet here. It's on the Canson website. Canson makes paper, I think. And here it says that the rough grain gives a coarse texture that tends to erase details. It requires considerable technical mastery. Considerable technical. That's a bit of a thing because I've already transferred my sketch onto rough. watercolor paper. I think I need a coffee. Another thing, I have new brushes. I got a Da Vinci Nova Synthetic in size number 3. I know I wasn't going to get stuck in details, but I do want to be capable of painting them, and I didn't have small brushes yet. A little number 2 as well. It might be overkill, but I couldn't choose between the two, so I took both. They're supposed to hold on to water really well, so we'll see. And this is sea sponge. I'm going to try to wet the paper on the backside because it's supposed to give you more time when laying down your very first watercolor wash. And I do struggle with my first layers that the paper dries out too quickly. Yeah, but I'm just gonna see if this nature-grown thingy can help me paint better. Wish me luck. I soaked the sponge completely and squeezed out most of the moisture. I would like to emphasize here that the sponge is moist, not dripping wet. I moistened the paper on the backside so that it was slightly and evenly damp. As I turned the paper around, it started bulging a lot more than I expected. So I quickly tried to smush the paper onto my wooden board and tape it before it got any worse. This was an intuitive response, but luckily it did the trick and it kept my paper flat all the way to the end. The only two colors I'll be using for this painting are Winsor Newton's Cadmium Red Hue and Perusian Blue. I mixed these two colors together to make a nice greyish blue. Wetting the backside really gave me more time to lay down that first layer of paint. I definitely see myself use this trick every time I paint with watercolors. For my wood scene, I want that far away tree effect. To achieve that, I painted many layers of shapes on top of each other that were more or less hinting at the shape of trees. Fun fact, the trees do not need to look like trees. They only need to trick our brains into thinking that those shapes are trees. That trickery can be achieved by making detailed trees in the foreground. But for now, we are only focusing on broad shapes, not details. Alright then, here comes the history lesson nobody asked for. According to Wikipedia, Krampus is thought to be inspired by other mythical creatures, but since people did not exactly write stuff down in the old days, nobody knows for sure. To this day, some countries in Europe still celebrate Krampus on the 5th of December. In 1975, an anthropologist studied a small town in Austria and wrote the following. Austrians in the community we studied are quite aware of heathen elements being blended with Christian elements in the Saint Nicholas costumes and in other traditional winter ceremonies. They believe Krampus derived from a pagan supernatural who was assimilated to the Christian devil. Personally, I think it interesting that Krampus shares similarities with a faun or satyr. It was not uncommon for the church to make pagan stuff seem evil or devilish back in the day. While I was working on the half-goat, it became clear to me that my character is not a devil or demon. It is an ancient force of nature that has returned to take back its rightful place. I'm now about halfway done with the painting, I think, and I just am so stuck. I feel like I can't loosen up. Every stroke, as soon as I place it, as soon as I put it down, it feels like I did it wrong. And then when it dries up, it looks okay. I think the stage that I'm currently at is fine. I'm not complaining. I'm having a great time. I'm listening to music. I am noticing that it has been easier before. I don't know what it is that keeps me so locked up. But I'm going to try my best to loosen up and be a little bold. I did indeed loosen up. And I actually think that talking about the stuckness, even though it was to a camera, did the trick. You sitting there watching my videos helps me become a better painter. So thanks a lot! So far, the paper has been wonderful to work with. It really holds on to a lot of paint and it was easy enough to correct little mistakes. Of course, I don't know if I am doing things the right way, but it does not feel like this paper needs considerable technical mastery. If you have any opinions on the topic of paper, feel free to share them in the comments. To all my fellow watercolor beginners out there, I would like to say that if you are curious about rough watercolor paper, just go for it. Figure out for yourself if you like it or not. Maybe, who knows, you'll invent a new painting technique. Sometimes I really cannot withstand the urge to continue painting. While my fiancé was setting up a game of terraforming Mars, I quickly painted in a few little details. Yes everyone, we have finally arrived at the detail phase. Don't worry, I did not let my fiancé wait too long, I hope. I really want this painting to come to life. Light coming through from the trees towards somewhere. That would be awesome if I can manage to do that. And I think I have a little tricksy up my sleeve. Shiny watercolors. The trick here is to not overdo it with details, because then you sort of lose all the atmosphere. No, I really don't know what I'm talking about. If you look at this and you think, geez Elaine, you need to fix some things, just let me know. Since the topic of this video is not exactly trending, I need real human power to share my videos with the world. It would help me out a lot if you share this video with your friends and communities. The more people watch, the more time I can allow myself to spend on making more videos. Go human power! Now, after weeks of thinking, sketching and painting, I would like to present to you the Guardian of Birdwoods. Well, that was all for today. I really hope you've enjoyed watching. Please leave a like if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, and then I'll see you in the next one. Bye!